All right, I'm here with David Ribbich from the Brooks Beast. Just finished third in the Falmouth Mile, 3:56. How do we feel?
Felt good. I was right about to get onto the race. I saw this nice lady named Patricia holding their baby out right before the start of the race, and I thought, this is the extra boost I need. This is that little charisma, this is a little boost. I'm feeling good. It's a community. I know they came out here to watch me race, not to hear Kyle's voice over the intercom, but I felt good. I did exactly what I wanted to do. Just the guys that were in the lead ahead of me, I knew that was going to be the hardest. Those were the hardest guys to beat. But it's coming along great. I'm just close to the end of the year, but this is the most confidence I've had physically, mentally, everything. Everything's coming around, and now that I'm really soapboxing the interview, but it's like over the last 2 months since USA is not making the final, I started training more like I am one of the best instead of how I want to beat the best. And that mentality shift for me made a really big difference. I was able to PB in the 1500, was able to come out here and run an outdoor PB. Top 3 is really great. I wish it was like Formula 1 where top 3 get champagne, but it's a high school track, probably not allowed. And then I'm talking a lot, but these spikes are sick. They're the Wire 8s. This is not an advertisement or a plug, but in Formula 1, again, they have engineers. When people get top 3, they think they're engineers. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Nikhil, Danielle, the whole team. They're making incredible spikes with the Brooks Beast. Like literally, we have feet and hands in this type of shoe. So I wish I could do a shoey, put some champagne, and
we'll get you a beer after.
Or yeah.
So David, you're one of the few athletes that might be able to come back and run a good 7 mile tomorrow. Are you considering it?
So here's the thing. Last year, 2 years ago, I brought my shoes. I did 4 miles, stopped for a mimosa, did 3 miles. My host family's like, is he walking? Is he throwing up? I get to the finish line, like, Dave, where did you stop? I go, someone's like, David, you want a mimosa?
And
I did, and I stopped. But this year, I purposely left my shoes at home because I really want to be able to have a good track season. And so if this race was good enough to get me in something over in Europe, I don't want to do a 7 miler tomorrow and just kind of toss my legs for potential opportunities that could come down the road.
So right now, no idea what's next.
No idea what's next. My fiance's birthday's on the 25th. My sister's 30th birthday, she doesn't like that, is on the 28th. So if I'm not racing in Europe, I'm back home celebrating the people I love. So got good things going on.
You also on Twitter, we're talking, and I think it was on Instagram, pretty openly about the opportunities and the challenges out there. So
yeah,
could you speak to that a little bit too? As to what are some of the issues that some athletes face right now?
Yeah, I mean and when I'm speaking on those types of things over social media, I want to make sure that I'm talking from my experience and I'm immediately involved in those conversations. I don't want to speak for other athletes. I don't want to speak for other people's performances. But for me personally, it's I had this breakthrough race in July, quote unquote breakthrough, that I ran 3:35, and I'm like, okay, that's great, that's good enough to get in these meets. But the reality is in this sport with this ranking system, if you're not making teams, if you're not making championships, if you're not making finals, people are going to look at those accolades and say, okay, this guy just got done with European champs, let's get him in this race, let's get these names in this race. So if you're these bubble athletes like I am, it's really tough to try to get those spots on the starting line because you can only have a certain amount of guys out there. And it's all respect to the guys on the field. There's only a few opportunities, and the fast get faster, and the people on the outside are looking in. But I know as long as I keep my head down and do the work that I've been doing for the last 3-4 years with Brooks, it's going to be my opportunity, my chance. And when I have that chance, I want to take advantage of it. Today, I executed a race plan, wanted to win, got third, but that's just how the race rolls out sometimes.
Are we staying in the 1500 or the 5K? Maybe in a different event, it's not as big of an issue finding your way into races.
Yeah, it's tough too because I haven't put together a great 5K, and I'm on the bubble for the 15. So I'm this weird borderline athlete that's I've ran 13:26, but to a meet director in Europe, they're like, well, do we fly this guy all the way out here to run that time? Maybe, maybe not. So as of right now, we're just hitting down 15s because that's what you can get a lot of opportunities in, both domestically and internationally. One race I want to have come back is the Long Island Mile. I felt like that was a breakthrough. I got to stay with a great host fan. Oh, okay.
Not happening. Save your breath, David.
Okay, perfect.
Are you doing a workout right now?
I don't know. You want to do something? You want
Absolutely
to go
not.
for 5
I got 7 miles tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll pace you out then. We'll see.
Cool. Thanks, David.
Yeah, appreciate it.